Alrighty guys, what is going on? It is April 29th, about 7:20 a.m. right now. I just got done reading the Bible, and now I'm getting ready to go down and do some fucking cardio. A great way to start the morning. If you're not starting your morning off with fasted cardio, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to start your day, start to build your mental toughness, and it leads to just having a better day. You're doing something shitty but productive at the beginning of the day, and it carries over to the rest of your day. Now, in today's video, we're going to be playing a little game called Is She Wifey, right? Because a lot of guys end up dating girls that they don't actually like as a person that much. Sure, they have fun with them. Sure, they enjoy spending time with them. But as a person, down to their foundation, the stuff that actually makes them them, they don't like that person. They just like having someone. So I'm going to be going over some questions that you need to ask yourself before you date someone, because dating somebody is a big investment of your time, your money, your mental health, and it can take away from achieving your goals and doing the things that actually fucking matter. And if it's a great girl, then it can be worth investing that time into. But you need to ask yourself these questions beforehand to realize whether or not it's worth that time, worth that investment, because there's no point in investing money into a stock that you know is going to make you lose money. But you have to be able to realize beforehand that you are going to lose money in that stock, because a lot of guys will make up these little fantasies and excuses in their heads thinking they're going to make money on the stock because they have some kind of emotional attachment to it, and they aren't capable of viewing it objectively, typically because they're too afraid to be alone, and they want to like this girl and they want to believe it's going to work out, so they don't look at the facts. I know I've been there. I know pretty much every guy has been there, and that's why I want to teach you guys from the lessons I've learned and the lessons I've learned from helping other guys get through this exact situation, so that you don't waste your time that you could be spending making yourself a better man for a girl that something great actually could come from. And that's why I want to give you guys these tips, so that you don't end up wasting your time on a girl that we all know it's not going to work out with, and you can spend that time making yourself a better man, growing yourself as a man, achieving your goals, so that whenever the right girl does come along, you actually have something to give. And today we're also hitting leg day, baby. It's fucking leg day. Let's go. So I'm going to go down, do fasted cardio, and then I'll see you guys during breakfast. Alrighty guys, about 9 o'clock, just got done eating breakfast. And the first thing I want to tell you guys and warn you about is boyfriend girls. Seth, what's a boyfriend girl? Well, let me answer that for you. A boyfriend girl is the kind of girl that jumps from relationship to relationship, oftentimes convincing herself that the next guy is so much different from the last, when the reality is they share a lot of the same characteristics and just cannot spend very much time alone without someone in her life. Seth, why do they do that? Well, I have an answer for you. The first one is that they lack confidence in themselves, all right? So whenever they talk to a guy, it validates their feelings, gives them confidence, because they tell themselves, oh, someone likes to talk to me, someone likes to spend money on me, someone likes to spend time with me. That must mean I'm pretty. That must mean I'm fun. That must mean that I am whatever she is insecure about. So it kind of acts as proof that she is the things that she feels insecure about. And it shows her that I am those things, because someone is providing that proof to her that she is, because they're spending time with her or whatever. This is oftentimes why you see a lot of girls that sleep around with a ton of dudes as well. That the guy having sex with them is proving to them, oh, that I must be sexy, I must be pretty, when the reality is a lot of guys, they just kind of like to fuck. But anyways, other topic for another day. And the moment that they're alone for too long, they start to feel like they aren't those things, and they move on to the next guy to date. Now, the other reason that they may be doing this is pretty common as well. They have a deep fear that they will never find a man that they can marry, or that a man will not want to marry them. Oftentimes, this is because maybe their mom or their dad or some other people in their life have told them that they aren't going to be able to. This is why a lot of times you see it with more liberal girls that are very like feminist, woman power or whatever, because that isn't attractive to a masculine man. It's just not. No masculine man that is actually capable of providing to a woman and that's going to treat her really well and be that masculine man in her life that's going to provide a good life to her and make her feel loved, make her feel sexy, all this stuff, is going to want a girl like that, because they're a pain in the ass, and a masculine guy can get a better girl than that. And so the reality is their parents, the people in their life, whatever, that are telling them this are just trying to help them out and saying, hey, look, if you keep acting like this, you're not going to be able to find the man of your dreams. You're going to keep just dating these like beta male type dudes that you don't actually want, and force you into your masculinity and convincing yourself that you do like them or you do love them, or that they are something that they actually are not. So they seek out boyfriends, right? A lot of times guys that they don't actually like, they don't actually love, convince themselves that they do, and convince themselves that these men are something that they are not, in order to try to prove the people that tell them that wrong, and to try to prove themselves right, that they will be able to find someone staying the way they are. Now, boyfriend girls are very tricky, right? Because because like we said already, they're subconsciously trying to turn you into someone that you are not. So they're convincing themselves that they really do like you. They really do love you. They're going to express that a lot to you in order to try to make you feel unique, make you feel special. That way you get hooked. They're going to tell you things like, I've never met a guy like you. You're not like the other guys I've dated. But the reality is they probably couldn't name one unique characteristic about you that they like or that is different from those other guys. Because a lot of times, like I said, the previous boyfriends, they have a foundation that's pretty similar. And as I said as well, too, they aren't purposely trying to manipulate you. They aren't behind the scenes, rubbing their hand together, formulating this plan that, okay, I'm going to manipulate this guy into dating me or whatever. They are convinced subconsciously in their mind that you are something that you are not, because they're viewing reality, they're viewing you not objectively. They're viewing it through emotions, they're viewing it through fear. When if you viewed it objectively or someone from an outside perspective viewed it, they'd be able to obviously see that these people don't line up, right? Because they don't. But because she is not viewing reality as it is, she's viewing it through emotion and through her delusional mind, she doesn't see it like that. She sees you as someone you're not because she's convincing herself that you are someone you're not. And the truth of the matter is, if you asked her to name a couple unique things about you that she really loves or likes, she wouldn't be able to. She doesn't like you for you. She likes you for what you provide to her. You give her attention. You pay for things. You're a pretty good guy, so you make her feel good. And you're just someone to talk to. But deep down, she may not even know you that well, or she may not actually like who you are. She might not like your morals and values or agree with them. She might not like your ideologies about society and the world. She might not really give a shit about your hobbies or your goals. So she doesn't actually like you for who you are, what makes you you, your foundation, the stuff that's actually unique to you. So you could really just get a place filler and plop any guy into your position, and she'd feel that same way, because as long as she's getting that same stuff from that guy, she's going to convince herself that that guy is the guy she likes now. Because it's not the stuff that makes you you that she likes. It's the stuff you're providing, and so she's convincing herself that she likes you. And keep in mind, like I said, she doesn't realize she's doing this. She actually feels this way because it's all subconscious. And a lot of times you see this with a lot of liberal type chicks, right? The feministy, woman power type girls. They're the ones that do this. Because oftentimes they're the ones that are acting in a way that wouldn't be able to get them a good man to marry eventually. So they know that deep down probably. They've been told that probably. And so they feel insecure about it. So they continuously try to prove to themselves and to others that they are capable of finding a man that is good, that they can marry. But you can see the foundational issue here, right? A lot of times they go after more conservative guys. So they already have contradicting beliefs, ideologies, probably religion, probably different hobbies. And they're just completely different people. They probably don't agree on a lot of things to begin with. And sure, they might have fun together. Sure, they might, go out to dinner and enjoy just spending time with each other. But those are like external, surface level things. They aren't the deep stuff that makes you who you are. But it's very easy for her to ignore all those other things and just tell herself, oh, I really like this guy. He's special, blah, blah, blah. Because you provide the things, and she just kind of looks away from the other stuff and ignores it. And that's a lot of times why you see that it's a more masculine girl as well going after a more feminine guy. All right, so a girl that is more assertive, a little more argumentative, a little more opinionated, not afraid to run away from an argument. He's less assertive, a little more docile, avoids arguments, right? He doesn't really bring a lot of problems into her life. And a lot of times, and like I said with everything, she's not doing this on purpose. It's just kind of what she naturally is going to go after because of what she wants, because of what she's trying to prove to herself. Because a guy like this is not going to provide much negative, if we look at it like an equation. Not really going to provide much pushback. He's not really going to argue about stuff. And he more than likely will not have the balls to leave her. So that means she's getting long-term attention and confidence from him. She's probably getting things paid for, and she probably gets to make the main decisions and kind of run the show. And she doesn't really have to worry about any negative stuff coming in. So it's really, at the end of the day, a pretty good situation for her. And the most important thing to note here is that a guy like that, she knows, is less likely to leave her and is more likely to just stay with her. Further proving to herself that she can find a man, and he's going to provide long-term confidence and attention to her. And she knows that at the end of the day, she's going to probably be able to do most of the things that she wants without having to get into an argument or worry about him leaving her. And so, like I said, you have to be extremely careful of these kind of girls and be on the watch for them, because it's very, very, very easy to get convinced by them and not even realize it's happening, that they like you and that you're special and that you're unique and that, they're really falling for you because they themselves are convinced of that. So it's very easy for them to convince you of that. And every guy wants to hear that he's special. Every guy wants to hear that he's unique and that a girl is falling in love with him unlike a way that she ever has for any guy before. But look at the reality, man. Does she really even know that much stuff about you? The stuff that really does make you you, your views on the world, your opinions, your ideologies, your religion, your hobbies, does she actually really like that stuff about you or even know a lot of it? Don't get caught up in the mushy gushy talk and the feeling all nice and comfortable because a girl likes you and wants you right. I know it feels fucking good. It's easy to tell yourself that she really likes you and get into your and allow your ego to kind of take over and be like, yeah, I am unique, I am special. But look at the reality of things. Are you really? And if you are, does she even realize that? And does she actually really like those aspects of you? Or are you just a placeholder? Are you just someone that's providing things to her that she likes? And if I took you out of the equation and put another random guy in there and he provided those same things to her, would she be telling him the same thing? Most likely, yes. And you need to stop this before it even fucking starts, or the minute you start to sense it, because eventually she's going to get you pretty hooked. You're going to get emotionally attached. It happens to a lot of us. And whenever she feels that happening and she's pretty confident that you wouldn't leave her for anything, her true identity is going to start to come out. You're going to start to see the real her, and one of two things is going to happen. Either one, you're going to come to that realization, you're going to grow a pair of balls, and you're going to leave her and be like, wow, this wasn't the person I thought I was dating. Because a lot of times, too, these kinds of girls at the beginning, they'll kind of mend themselves into, what you want out of a girl. They'll keep their mouth shut on certain topics, not do certain things that they know you wouldn't like, and then eventually that shit will come out. Or because you have so much time, emotions, money, whatever invested into this relationship and into her, you will convince yourself that you do love her and you do like her and you'll stay with her and, be miserable, but convincing yourself that you're not. And there's a lot of times when you see guys go full beta mode and they end up having their entire life run by their girlfriend or their wife. They don't pursue their dreams. They don't pursue their goals anymore. Everything is pretty much, he's like a little worker ant to her. You got to kind of look at this like a stock. You got to kind of look at this like trading stocks. The number one rule of trading stocks is don't have emotion in it. Because if you have emotion in it, let's say that you've invested a bunch of money into a stock and it's dropping and has no hope of going back up. If you are so caught up in the fact that you've invested money into this, you're going to continue to just keep losing and losing and losing money. If you have emotions attached to this and you're looking at it like, I've already invested all this time and everything into this girl, there's no point in leaving her now. And oftentimes those aren't your actual thoughts. That's the subconscious deep down thoughts that you're having. But the actual conscious thoughts that derive from that are more like, no, this is just a stage, or this isn't really her, or maybe she'll change in the future, whatever. You need to stop looking at emotion, look at reality, and you got to get the fuck out of there before you lose more money, man. So we're getting ready for motherfucking leg day, baby. Let's fucking go. I was laying in my bed, I'm not going to lie, I was doing my client check-ins, and that bed, it started to feel a little bit too comfortable. I started thinking about maybe I should take a nap. And I started thinking, my knees have been hurting lately, my lower back's been hurting, which it has. Maybe I should just skip leg day, let myself recover. That might be for the best. But I'm at a point now in my life where I catch that shit right whenever it starts fucking happening. I'm like, no, bitch, you're making fucking excuses. You're making excuses because you don't want to hit legs. Because like I told you guys, I get fucking nervous before leg day. I get anxious before leg day because it fucking sucks. I don't want to do it. That's how hard I go. A lot of people go to the gym and they love the gym. They love going to the gym, which I do. It's just in a different way. I love the feeling that I get after my workout because it sucks so fucking bad while I'm doing it. It hurts so fucking bad while I'm doing it. But that feeling after knowing that I pushed myself to that limit, that's the part that I love. I love the moments whenever I'm in a fucking hard working set. My brain is fucking screaming at me that you need to stop, you can't do anymore. And I do 3 fucking more. That's the part I fucking love. That's what training is all about for me. That's the part that I fucking enjoy and I love. But so I was having that little weak ass bitch moment. And I'm able to catch that shit right there. I caught it and I was like, yeah, fuck that bitch. You're getting up, you're getting your shit ready, let's fucking go. Because if I would have taken a nap, I would have woke up even more groggy. It would have sucked even more. But that little bitch side of our brain, it tries to convince us that these would be good. These moments of weakness would be more beneficial for you. It would help you in the long run. But deep down in there, that's just you being a bitch ass little pussy. And you got to start catching that shit. Because that same part of your brain that wants you to take that nap, wants you to skip that workout, is the same part that is telling you to sleep 5 more minutes whenever your alarm goes off. It's that same part that tells you it's okay to have one cheat meal. It's okay to go out one night drinking. It's that same bitch ass part of your brain. And once you let it into one aspect of your life, it's going to start going into others if you don't catch it right there and fucking stop it. And you see people all throughout your life that they've let that part of their brain take over their life. They tell you, oh, dude, it's just one piece of cake. It won't hurt. It's one night of drinking. It won't hurt. It's one this or that. It won't hurt. But guess what? That thing they're trying to get you to do that one time, that was them 10 years ago. They had a goal, they had a dream, everybody does and everybody has. Except for them now, It's staying a dream because they aren't working towards it, because they let that side in one time and it took the fuck over. I bet they aren't in that good a shape. I bet they aren't making great money. I bet they aren't in a relationship they love. I bet they don't have a job they love. Are those people that are telling you to do that thing that one time, are they living a life that you want to live? Are they in a position in life that you want to be in? Probably fucking not. Anybody who's done anything great with their life or achieved anything substantial understands that you can't let that side of your brain win even once. You have to be disciplined, and you have to have the mentality that you want it, and you have to have the mentality that you want it so fucking bad that it's not worth that one little moment of comfort. It's just not worth it. Why would I want that when I know that if I put in the work and I grind and I go through the struggle right now, it's going to pay off tenfold in the future. And I know that if I turn down that piece of cake, if I don't go out drinking, if I don't take that nap, I'm going to feel better afterwards because of it. Because in that moment, I was faced with two choices. One, be a weak ass little bitch and give in to comfort and be complacent. Or two, turn down that little bit of comfort, face the struggle head on, go through it and be better because of it. And because I decided to turn down that comfort and stay strong, I'm better now because of it. It's going to be easier to turn down that shit the next time. I just upgraded myself. And that's what's going to compound over time and allow you to achieve great fucking things. Those little moments. Those little tiny moments, they add up. They build your mental toughness slowly but surely, until turning down that one piece of cake that one time whenever you start your weight loss journey turns into you staying locked in and disciplined during a show prep and stepping on a stage at 5% body fat. Turning down that piece of cake that one time turns into you building $1 million business. Turning down that piece of cake one time earns you financial freedom and helps you build a business where you work for yourself and don't have to work for anybody. That shit adds up. Do the hard shit. Fuck comfort. Fuck feeling good in the moment. Fuck that shit. It's not worth it. It feels better to go through struggle and adversity and reach a goal that is actually substantial. And that achievement that you get, that you had to struggle through, go through adversity to get, and it took you a long time to get there. You went through failures and you got back up and you kept fucking fighting. That thing that you get is going to give you fulfillment for a long period of time, the rest of your fucking life. And it's going to feel 10 times better than that little bit of dopamine that you get from seeking out comfort in that one little moment. What feels better? Eating the piece of cake in that moment, or staying disciplined, locked in, and seeing your abs after 3 months of dieting? Probably the fucking abs. And eating that piece of cake, it's going to feel good for about 30 seconds. Then you're going to feel like shit afterwards. And you're going to lose confidence in yourself. It's going to be even harder to achieve your goals now. Versus not eating it, being strong for 30 fucking seconds, saying no to it. It's going to give you mental toughness that can last you a lifetime. That can help you build great things. That's why I hate this participation trophy bullshit culture. These victim-minded motherfuckers. They hand out rewards for nothing. They're teaching kids they don't have to earn things, that you just get handed shit. And people wonder why we have all these pussies in today's society. And it's so obvious, it's right in front of their fucking face. All these people think that they're owed things in the world, that they deserve things for doing nothing. What value do you provide to people? You drink on the fucking weekends, you have some normal ass fucking job, you've never been through any adversity in your life. You don't really provide much fucking value. I could replace you with the next guy walking down the street. You're not unique. Everybody has some type of value, but people typically in today's society overestimate their value and their worth. They think they're worth more than they are. I see this with girls all the time. These nobody girls think they deserve this great guy. This girl that's posting pictures of her ass on Instagram. This girl that provides absolutely nothing to a man's life thinks that she deserves a guy that is good looking, makes 6 figures, has good morals and values, and is going to treat her well. The fuck? No. That's not how that works. You don't provide shit. Why would a man like that want you over a girl that actually provides value to his life and supports him in his dreams and his goals? You see it with guys on the same spectrum. You see guys that have absolutely no value in life and they think that they deserve the perfect girlfriend. You know, you got these guys, they have an average ass job, they drink every fucking weekend, they don't have any real skills, they don't have the work or discipline to build a nice physique, yet they think they deserve a girl that's going to support them and it's going to be a great girlfriend. Nah, man. I mean, you're going to get like an average girl. And look around in society today what average girls are like. That's what you're going to get. If you want an above average girl, you got to be above average in some aspect in life, be making above average money, above average body, above average personality, something. But I went over that in the High Value Man video. But that's my rant. I'm going to get this intro workout ready. I got myself worked up a bit. That was my plan making this video. I wanted to get myself worked up, a little bit amped up for fucking leg day. I don't know if I'm going to record it yet or not because I want to be locked the fuck in. It might just be like a motivational type edit because whenever I'm feeling like this, the motivation comes out, baby. So I will see you guys at leg day. All right, guys, officially leg day is fucking started. Like I said, I do not feel like fucking doing this today. I don't feel like doing 230 on the pendulum right now. But the thing is, I know I can. I know I can fucking do it. So if I didn't do it, I'd be being a fucking pussy. And that's why we are doing it. If you start being a little pussy in one little aspect of your life, in one little fucking set, in one workout, it's gonna leak into the other parts of your life. That's why you just gotta do the fucking hard shit. You're gonna make yourself do it, especially when you know you're fucking capable. I know I did this weight last week, and I'm in a surplus, so I should be able to get it for more fucking reps. So that's what we're fucking doing. Come on, you fucking pussy. Come on. One more than last week. Come on. You gotta fucking one. Come on, you got one more. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just fuck. That's what it fucking takes. You gotta give it fucking everything though. One more than last week. And honestly, I didn't even think I was gonna be able to do that weight this week. Are we playing? All right. A lot of people don't realize that the real growth happens not just whenever you're jumping up big weights every couple weeks. It is fighting for one more fucking rep every single week than you did the previous week. Fighting for your fucking life for one more rep than the previous week. That's whenever the real growth happens. That's where the real mental struggle is that you have to push past if you want to make big gains. You guys saw before I came to the gym, I was not feeling leg day. I was thinking about taking a fucking nap. But you know what I did? I turned that mindset around. I got pissed the fuck off at myself for having that bitch ass thought, and I turned it around and I used it to push myself in this lift. So far on every lift, I've done significantly more reps than last week with the same weight because I was pissed off and I was using that emotion to push myself past my limit. Because I was pissed the fuck off that I was considering taking a nap. I was using the emotion of wanting to skip leg day, that pussy ass thought. I was using that to push myself, to give it fucking everything. And that's why we're pushing this week. We did 12 last week with 450 on here. We're getting fucking at least 15 for the second set. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Come on, baby. Come on. 15. Come on. That's where the fucking progress is made, man. Those last couple fucking reps. 2 more than last week. That's all I needed. 2 fucking more. I almost stopped at 1 more because I was like, oh shit. I did 1 more than last week. And I had more. I had fucking more, so I got pissed off. I did 1 fucking more. It's the couple extra reps week to week that matter. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. That's fucking leg day, baby. That's motherfucking leg day. All right, guys, just finished up a fucking badass leg day. I didn't record a lot of it because I was just trying to be locked in and present in the moment of the leg day and just fighting the fucking pain and just, you know, loving that shit. But those workouts are honestly the best. Whenever you go in there feeling like you're gonna have a bad workout or not wanting to go or something, and then you end up just fucking destroying whatever it is. And that shit feels amazing. But we gotta run to this one nutrition this one nutrition shop real quick because I'm out of the sauce that I like with my chicken and rice. And you know, whenever you're eating this much food, the sauce is absolutely essential. So we are running there real quick. Ooh, that looks like a big divot. I don't know if I can get up that. Okay, I gotta put the camera down though because I gotta try to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get up this little thing without bottoming out my car. All right, guys, so this is actually the next day, but we had a killer leg day yesterday and my legs are fucking sore today. That's how you know you killed them. And I am gonna buy a bigger whiteboard here eventually just because I know it's kind of hard to read, but we're gonna go over the questions you need to ask yourself to determine if the girl you're talking to is someone you should date or wifey material. Because what I see is a lot of guys, they start talking to a girl, but they know deep down that this girl isn't what they want in a girlfriend, but usually because they're desperate or afraid of being alone, or they've already formed some kind of emotional attachment, they end up dating them and they get caught up in this relationship that they know they shouldn't be in. And because they shouldn't be in it for one of these reasons, it ends up just being a wreck, whether it be, breaking up and getting back together, breaking up, getting back together because they shouldn't be together in the first place, or they have just arguments all the time because they don't align, whatever it may be. But we're going to go over the questions that you need to ask yourself and be real with yourself. Get out of your emotions, get out of the fact that you feel like you're in love or whatever. You need to ask yourself these questions, be real with yourself, write them down, do something, and come to the realization before you get in too deep. So the first question is, do your morals and values align? Because your morals and values are essentially your foundation. They're really what make you who you are. Sure, you can be a funny guy, you can be a nice guy, this or that, but your morals and values, that is like the deeper sense of who you are. That's your foundation. So do you actually like them as a person? So are you a more conservative guy, but you're talking to a more liberally, feministy, girl power type girl? I'm willing to bet that a lot of your morals and values, how you perceive the world, society, what you think is right, what you think is wrong, probably doesn't align. You probably don't like them as a person. You just like these external characteristics of them. Like, maybe they're funny or cute or whatever. You like these external things, but you don't like them as a deeper person, which is never going to last. And the reality of why a lot of people avoid this question and don't look any deeper into it is because they just like having someone. You could throw anybody into that position and they just like having someone. So as long as the person has these external characteristics of, oh, they make me feel pretty good, they're funny, they're fun to be around, that's good enough for me. I just like having someone, but they don't like them on that deeper level. So you need to ask yourself that and be real with yourself about it. Next is, does she add value to your life? This isn't speaking about monetary value. This is speaking on like a more mental side of value. Does she encourage you to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually, and support you in your endeavors and goals, and not just say that she supports you, but actually supports you? You know what I mean? Like, you can rely on her if you're really busy working to do your laundry for you so you don't have to do it when you get back. Or if you're really busy and she doesn't have anything going on, to maybe throw your chicken in the air fryer for you. Does she actually support your goals? Is she willing to help you with them if you need a little bit of help on the side? If she's also working her ass off and has shit going on as well, then you can't expect her to do shit for you too. A lot of guys get this confused whenever we're talking about masculinity and stuff like that. You'll have a guy that is working a full-time job, but not making enough to support his wife so that she doesn't have to work, but he still expects her to do all the household chores on her own because he hears this high-value man masculinity shit of, oh, the woman should do that shit. That only works if you're actually a high-value man and you've created a life for her where she doesn't have to work. That's her version of working and paying you back, essentially, is doing those household things. But if you're both having to work and you're not providing her with that life, then yeah, you gotta share those tasks equally because you both live there. But if she's not crazy busy or something and you ask her to give you a little bit of support in your goals, is she willing to do it? So does she add value, or is she just kind of like a black hole type chick? She takes your time up, you spend a lot of time with her, not because she's forcing you to, because you like it, it's comfortable. She takes up your money probably because as a man, most of us like providing to women that we're with. We like paying for things. Like I said, she's not making you do it, you're doing it because you like to, but she's still taking those resources. Is she taking your mind away from the day? You're spending time texting her, talking throughout the day, or if she's doing something you don't like, now you're worried and emotional about it or whatever. She's taking your mind and mental clarity away from focusing on your goals and things you need to do during that day and being productive. So is she a black hole that's just consuming things, or does she actually provide value to your life and help you to become a better man? Look at the facts. Look at the facts, lay them down on a piece of paper, put a little line through the middle, value and what I give to her. All right, so every guy is most likely giving time, mental space, whatever you want to call it, mental currency, however you want to call that, their emotions, and money is most likely what you're giving to her. And then what is she giving you in return? And we're talking about actual value here, okay? We're not just talking about she makes me feel nice, she makes me feel comfy. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what does she actually provide to your life that is valuable, because feeling comfortable is not valuable, all right? And you could find a girl that would provide value to your life. Maybe you find a girl that encourages you to go to the gym and work out, and she helps you meal prep food and helps you along that way. Or maybe you date a girl that started her own business and she helps you along that path. That's a girl that provides value to your life. Or maybe you start dating a girl that loves to cook your meals for you and meal preps for you. That's a girl that provides value. Or maybe you just date a girl that has a lot of emotional support and is just there for you, cares for you. Because you can find a lot of girls that they don't really provide any value. They're just kind of there. You know what I mean? Girls that, they don't cause any big issues. They don't cause any big external issues, at least right now. But they also don't add any value to your life. But if you're a man that brings value to the table, then you should expect some kind of value in return. You don't want just a neutral girl that doesn't bring anything, because like I said, she's taking resources, so you should probably want something in return. Now, the next question you have to ask yourself is a really important one. We spoke on it earlier a little bit about the boyfriend girls. Does she actually like you, or are you just an emotional tampon for a girl that can't be alone? All right, there are lots of girls out there that they cannot stand being alone and by themselves, and so they end up dating a random guy that they don't actually like that much as a person. They're deep qualities. They just like having someone, and you could throw any guy that has decent external qualities. Maybe he's funny, he's a cool guy to be around, and he just treats her pretty decent. You could throw any guy that has those in there, but the things that make you you, the deeper sense of yourself, she doesn't like those things. Like I said, with the more liberal girl and the traditional guy, they don't like each other as actual people. They just like the external things. But those deeper things are gonna come out in the future after you've been dating for a while, because you can't just stay with someone forever based on their external factors. Eventually they're gonna cause issues in the future. So some questions you can try to ask her: what specifically does she like about you that's unique to you? A lot of times girls can't even answer this. They'll give you some bullshitty answer like, oh, you're funny, you're nice to me, whatever. But that's not shit that's unique to you. You can find any guy that has that. That's not really anything that is unique to you or special about you or anything like that. Those are very, you can find that in any guy. That's not you. That's a good sign that she probably just likes having somebody, because the chances are she doesn't even know the real you. You're just someone that treats her pretty well, pays for stuff, and gives her attention. And like we said earlier, a lot of girls require attention, or else they lose their confidence, they feel like shit about themselves, and then that's whenever they go chasing after another guy to fill that hole, to fill that void, and give them that confidence. And then they start romanticizing a guy that they don't even like that much and make them out in their head to be this great guy that they actually do like, because they're getting the attention now, and they don't want to see the facts that the guy isn't right for them or good for them, because they're getting the attention. They want to keep that. So as long as he's providing the base values of being nice to her, maybe paying for some stuff, whatever, and the attention, the biggest one, sure, he fits the role. And lastly, I want you to ask yourself, if you could create a perfect girl, not physically, her personality, morals, values, character traits, hobbies, etc., where does she rank the girl you're talking to right now? Get a piece of paper, forget about the girl you're talking to, and I want you to write down on a piece of paper what that dream girl looks like. What's her religion? What hobbies does she have? What are her goals in life? What character traits does she possess? All that kind of shit. I want you to list them out. And then I want you to put on the other side the girl you're talking to. What's her religion? What are her hobbies, if she has any? A lot of girls don't really have hobbies besides going out and drinking. What character traits does she have? A lot of girls, unfortunately as well today, do not have very many character traits. A lot of them are just kind of the same. They don't really have a lot of things that make them unique to themselves, because a lot of them avoid struggle, seek out comfort, so they never build that character, because we build character through struggle. That's how we develop things like discipline, mental toughness, work ethic. A lot of them don't really have that. So if she has any, list them. See how she matches up. I bet you it's not very close to your ideal girl that you would like. And so that's probably a good sign that you should not date her. And now I want you to keep in mind, if you determine that you should not date her and you go to end things with her, she will try to suck you back in. It doesn't matter if she says she will not. It doesn't matter. She will find a way to keep talking to you eventually. Okay, so let's say, a big thing for you was you wanted a girl that went to the gym, and you expressed that to her whenever you ended things. She might say, okay, whatever, part ways. And then what do you know? In a week, she hits you up. Hey, I started going to the gym, and I don't know what I'm doing. Can I ask you some questions? She only started going to the gym to suck you back in. I guarantee if you started talking to her again or dating her, she would stop in a couple weeks. Because it wasn't actually about going to the gym. It was about finding a way to talk to you. And she's not sitting behind the scenes, rubbing her hands together consciously like, okay, I'm gonna start going to the gym and that will give me a reason to text him. No, this is happening subconsciously in her mind because she's afraid of being alone, afraid of not getting that attention, and her subconscious wants to feel that comfort, feel that confidence that comes from it, so it finds a way to try to get that attention back. And so she isn't consciously thinking what's happening in her subconscious. She's just thinking, you know what, I'm gonna start getting into the gym. She might tell herself to better myself so I can find a better guy or something, but subconsciously that's what's really happening. That's why she even got the urge to text you in the first place. If she really didn't start for you then she would have found someone else to ask, not the guy that just ended things with her. She would have used Google. She would have used any other resource than the guy that just left her, but she wants the attention. That's how we know that she's starting doing that thing for your attention to try to get you back, even if she isn't consciously aware of it, because a lot of girls, unfortunately, are kind of delusional with this stuff. They are so emotional, so overwhelmed by their emotions that they can't see the reality of what they are actually doing, and they think they're doing something that is right whenever it's really wrong. Anyways, that is how you pretty much determine if a girl is wifey material, if you should date her, if you should not date her. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, but I hope you got something from the video. I hope this maybe will save you in the future or in right now from dating a girl who isn't right for you, so that you can then put your effort and your time into your goals and wait for the right girl to come along eventually, which she will eventually, as long as you're growing yourself as a man and being the right kind of man that will attract that kind of girl that you want. But I will see you guys in the next video.